Hey everybody, Angel Arts here. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. Um, you have found and utilized all clues in the case. Please proceed to the deduction space to form your conclusion. You have found and utilized all clues. So this really is the last clue. So I have to make a decision of who I think is the murderer. Great. Great. Investigate the murder at the Abbey Grange. Alright, I need to talk this through. See, I think the captain is the killer because that's what connects all of the clues together. The rope was cut with a sharp knife and tied quickly in sailor's knots. That could indicate the intruder had a sailor's background. Sir Eustace was violent towards his wife. The person who was visiting that night was probably a sailor, and that's when... yeah, that makes the most sense. The husband was jealous, and he was violent towards his wife, and it was under self-defense. Crocker's involvement, acquainted with a sailor, murderous visitor. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then they imitated a robbery. They imitated a robbery to cover it up. To cover up the murder. Yeah, that makes sense. And it kind of, everything fits, including the violence, including the marks on the wife's face. Yeah, that's what makes the most sense. I don't think it was the wife. I don't think it was the wife and the maid together. I don't think it was the Randalls, because it just doesn't seem like it's the Randalls at all. And the wife just seemed to be hiding something. The wife is involved somehow. The captain is the killer. I'm convinced that the captain is the killer. The question, though, is, what do we do about it? Oh, no. I wanted to go the captain. Jack Crocker is a murderer. Sir Eustace was murdered by one person who was visiting that night. The murderer is tall and agile and a high-ranking sailor. Jack Crocker is a murderer, and you will bring him and his accomplice, Lady Brackenstall, to justice. The murder was committed in self-defense. Jack Crocker defended a woman against a violent and dipsomaniacal man. The mystery is solved, but you just have to keep it secret. There's no need to inform the police. You know what? Just for kicks and giggles... See, here's what I really wanted to try to look the other way for at least one of these mysteries, just for kicks and giggles, you know, like. And I feel like so far of all of the murders, this is the one that I am, out of the four that I've seen so far, this is the one that I am most leaning towards. If I was going to do a blind eye, like you know, look a blind eye away from this. This is one of those things, one of the murders that, out of the four, I am most leaning towards. Because I do believe it was in self-defense. Murder is still murder. Now, okay, guys, in real life, realistically, murder is murder. I mean, it's unfortunate that this man was violent against his wife. This is really hard, because domestic violence is a horrible thing. And I think that if you're in a situation where, you know, whether you're a man or a woman, if you are a victim of domestic violence and you are fearing for your life, you should do everything in your power to get out of the situation. You know, leave your whoever it is that is abusing you, you got to get out of it. And I feel like nowadays, at least in present times, there's easier ways to do that, because if you retaliate and end up killing someone in self-defense, if it's self-defense, if you can argue it's self-defense, then you should be fine. But these two kind of took things into their own hands, and I don't think that this murder was necessarily premeditated. I have a feeling that this murder just happened because They got caught. He got upset. He attacked the captain. The captain defended himself. Like, this wasn't, they weren't planning to kill the husband necessarily. I have a feeling that he attacked the captain in self-defense. The captain, you know, ended up hitting him over the head with a poker, and then he fell onto the grating, the fireplace grating, and then he died. And I guess back then, the captain was like, I know it's self-defense, and I was probably in the right, because for all I know, I mean, the husband was a hunter. The husband was a hunter, and he knows how to kill things very easily. So I think that Sir Eustace was very much capable of killing someone. So if he was going to attack the captain to kill, I think the captain had every right to do what he could to defend himself in self-defense. But it's a different time back then. Maybe it was a lot harder for the wife to leave her husband. Maybe the captain was not, maybe the legal system was not such that, you know, even if the captain was defending himself, he might have still been in danger of being imprisoned. So it's really hard. It's a really tough situation, because domestic violence is nothing to, you know, make light of, and murder is still murder. You know, I'd like to believe that there are ways, like I said, in modern times, that you can get out of your situation, that it doesn't come to this. It doesn't come to the point where you end up murdering the person who abuses you out of self-defense. You can get yourself out of that situation, get a restraining order, do all that good stuff. That kind of stuff may not have been around back in the day, and so I don't think it's as cut and dry. I don't think there is a good versus, you know, / evil, good or evil. You know, I think this is a very gray situation, because if the guy was going to kill the captain, not that I condone, I see, that's the other thing, I don't condone being unfaithful to your husband. But the husband was being abusive to her. I mean, the husband was being physically abusive to her, and he could have killed her. He could have killed the wife at some point. So it's a sticky situation. And because it's such a gray area, I'm actually going to absolve the Captain Crocker on this one. Yeah, I'm going to absolve him, because while Sherlock doesn't agree probably to the woman being unfaithful, I don't think the divorce rate was as high back then, nor did I think that it was as socially accepted. I think it was way more of a taboo. Divorce was way more of a taboo back then than it is now. For better or worse, you know, for better or worse, it's more socially accepted now. But, yeah. I mean, Sherlock has already proved that he's not the most lawful person in the world, because he sent the urchins to go steal underhanded things, you know, to go into an investigation. So he's not at the mercy of the law all the time. He kind of does some things under the table every now and then, and this may not necessarily be something that the canon Sherlock will do, but it's a video game, guys. This is not meant to be canon. None of this stuff is meant to be canon, and as Sherlock could have been wrong. Sherlock was probably wrong, at least in one of the occasions in the previous three cases. So I have no problem having my Sherlock, the non-canon Sherlock, absolve the Captain Crocker. Confirm your moral choice. Yeah, let's do that. I am good with this. There's no excuse for someone to be physically abused
could you ask Mr. Crocker to come
like
here
that.
Again, please?
Right away.
There's no excuse for physically abusing someone like that. I mean, I don't think you should be murdered for it necessarily. You should be jailed for it. You should be sent to prison for it if you're a danger to yourself and others.
Again, Mr. Holmes?
Or at least get help.
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstone.
What?
I know, because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailors' knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's true.
Oh, I was right!
For you to tell us the whole.
I was right!
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me.
What's with this music?
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear. And it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it.
That won't be necessary.
Now it is time to end this.
Whoa. Whoa. No, I don't want to skip. Do you really want to skip? It said press a space bar, and I was like, no, I don't want to skip. Alright, now that he's trying to murder me, that might be... I was about to let the guy go, too. I was about to let the guy go. Don't make me change my decision.
Please forgive me, Captain Crocker. I wished only to test your sincerity, and your words and deeds have far exceeded my expectations.
But you're about to kill me, too.
See here, Captain Crocker. We'll do this in due form of law. You are the prisoner. Watson, you are a British jury. Captain Crocker, the evidence shows that you acted without premeditation and used reasonable force to protect an innocent victim from her husband's
He didn't
brutality.
plan this. Exactly
Your
what I
devotion
said.
pushed you to attempt to kill yourself in order to protect the one you love. Now, what say you, gentlemen of the jury?
Not guilty, my lord.
Vox Populi, Vox Dei. You are acquitted, Captain Crocker. So long as the law does not find some other victim, you are safe from me.
Wow.
Mr. Holmes.
It is a great responsibility that I take upon myself, but I will give Lestrade an excellent lead, and if he can't avail himself of it, I can do no more. Come back to your lady in a year, and may her future and yours justify us in the judgment which we have pronounced this night.
Wow. Wow. Huh. That was an interesting ending.
Inspector, I'm afraid that the murderers have escaped us.
What? Do you mean to tell me that you failed? Never thought I'd live to see the day.
Well,
I mentioned the murderers, not the case. It is obvious that the crime was committed by 3 criminals who cannot be the Randalls.
You really think so?
You only need to find a gang of 3 thugs wandering around. I can trust you to do that.
If they exist, I'll catch them.
You'll find someone, I have no doubt of it.
whoa, wait a minute.
Goodbye,
Wait a
Inspector.
minute. Hold on. So wait, so Holmes... Okay, I don't know how I feel about that. So wait, Holmes is sending Lestrade... I was fine with telling Lestrade that he couldn't find the murderer, but telling Lestrade to go look for three hoodlums who didn't commit the crime... Like, I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. He's basically telling Lestrade to look for 3 hoodlums who are innocent of this crime. I did not know that that's what I was signing up when I chose this, but it's kind of too late to go back on it now. That's what really bothered me. I was going to say, like, that ending I wasn't as upset about. You know, I didn't feel as bad about choosing that ending. But then Sherlock had to pull the whole, yeah, you should look for 3 thugs. I bet you they did it. They're probably the ones that killed, that murdered the Sir Eustace guy. You absolved Captain Crocker. So I guess the other thing was, I think Captain Crocker was not necessarily trying to kill Sherlock. I think he was trying to kill himself. And that's what Sherlock was telling him during that mock trial, that he was trying to commit suicide for his love. So, okay, so he wasn't trying to kill Sherlock. Okay, so I forgive him. That made me feel better. But what Sherlock did at the end, he should not have done that. He should have just been like, yeah, I didn't solve the mystery. It happens, you know, every now and then this happens. I get it wrong, so I think it was bad enough that he let a murderer go, even if it was in self-defense. And you can again argue how bad in the, you know, how you can argue about the lesser of two evils with that, but I think he made it even worse. He compounded the shadiness of what he did. I think that's the best way I can put it. The shadiness is what he compounded the most by trying to make some random 3 people out in the street that the Lestrade's going to be looking for being accused of a murder that they didn't commit. But anyway, I'm going to accept the decision. Yep, which means I only have 2 more cases left. People solved the case. Oh my gosh, 93%? Really? 93% made solve the same way, and 65%, a majority of the people let the guy go. Majority of the people let the sailor go. Interesting. All right, I've got 2 more cases. The Kew Gardens drama. Vox Populi, Vox Dei. The voice of God. The voice of the people, the voice of God, if I remember my Latin.
Holmes, for heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
It's the bees.
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What?
Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees.
What?
Apis mellifera. Such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment. A theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew.
Theft of
I'm
plants?
helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers.
What
of
is your...
yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
You're good, Watson.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
You're really just gonna leave the bees flying around in your house like that. Oh, gosh. You are so quirky, Sherlock. So quirky. Alright, 2 more. Wow, I can't believe I only have 2 mysteries left. Wow. Apparently, it takes a long time to get over to the botanical garden or botanical whatever store, flower shop, plant shop, till you drop.
Well, Holmes, here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt that this place is beautiful. But are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
What are we doing, Holmes?
Let us find someone who could help us.
Yes. Yoo-hoo!
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer. And without turning it over this time.
Who's this?
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favor for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. And that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
Albert.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert, show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
Miss White? How about Miss Scarlet and Miss Peacock? Oh, we already found the candlestick in the last episode.
Here it is. This is the place where the stolen plants were exhibited.
Thank you. Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
I knew there'd be a murder.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The 2 of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house.
Holmes?
Yes, just here, near the door to the colonial collection. He suffered a heart attack. Just like that. So suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
What should we do next, Holmes?
I don't think his son did it, because if his son did it, why would he bring it up? Why would he even bring it up to Holmes?
Do not touch.
The plants were here. All of them was stolen.
Maybe his dad was killed in order to make it easier for them to steal the plants. Maybe that's what happened. Dionaea carnivorus, Carlina inebriare, Florem diabolica. Oh, my Latin years in high school are really helping me in this entire game throughout a bunch of the mysteries. Cromolena odorata, Prunus serotina, Heliamphorus tepis, Biblis, Genesilia violacea, Darlingtonia, Crocaucus cephalotus.
Here is a list of the stolen plants.
So those are all the plants that were stolen. There's the hose. This is a pretty...
According to Albert, this is where his father, Montague Dunn, was found dead. Soil. It should have come from a flower pot.
But it looks like
The
it
soil
didn't.
on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground. Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here. Blood.
Which never was cleaned up.
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it. Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound.
Oh, footprints.
The traces are thinner in some places. These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here.
Like if they were poisoned. Broken. Ensconce?
The esconson was breached near the handle.
Wow, there's a lot at this door.
The door was smashed at shoulder height. This door handle is new. It was recently changed.
Maybe
The
after
door
the
was
murder?
forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection Room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
We're finding a lot of
This
stuff.
pot was broken fairly recently.
Maybe it...
A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced.
So that's probably where
All
the dirt came
clues
from.
around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
Imagine... Oh! Visualize Montague's death, knocking over the pot. Breaking the door. Knocking over the pot. Falling on the fence. Watch the sequence. Build the sequence.
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
Okay.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked. Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder? I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
Yes. Watson? Which way is the Colonial Collection Room again?
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Okay, got it.
Water lily greenhouse. According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts
You
of
said
the
that
building.
already. You said that already, Holmes.
According to
Huh. Let's see. Nothing of interest here.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
I've got a few questions, sir, about your dad. Let's go talk to him. Albert Dunn. What's with the thing on his chin? I was wondering about that. Was it a shaving accident? Wept recently, consumed by grief, which means I don't think he was the murderer. I don't think he was. Yeah, it was a shaving cut. Clean hands.
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only, for I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then. That is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
There we go.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Albert Dunn. I should probably go back to these ones too. Because I never read about Captain Jack Crocker, because I've got almost all of the characters done. Crocker is a fine man of the sea. Aged in his 40s, he's capable, honest man, and well-educated despite not being very wealthy. He was in haste and still reading the morning newspaper and cleaned his boots before heading out. Albert Dunn. Albert Dunn is a nervous and anxious young man, clearly evident by his bitten fingernails. He uses a quantity of detergent with which to clean his hands with his poor decision seeing as he handles plants and soil, which is a poor decision seeing as he handles plants and soil. His eyes are red. He has been weeping recently. His age tells us that he is still at university. He is good looking, unmarried, and probably still lives with his mother. He is actually quite a good-looking young man. I just didn't want to say it because I feel like I say it all the time. I say it every single time. So I thought I would spare you, but Sherlock said it. I didn't. All right. Fine. He's cute. He is a cute man. But I'm gonna move on. Here we go. Let's see. Can I interview you, Mr. Gardner man? Maybe. Yes, I can. Maybe you have something to say. Glasses. Myopic, inexpensive glasses. Dirty collar. Gardener's hands. Yep, what is this? All these gardeners in these mysteries. Unmarried.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Martin Hamish is unmarried. His hands and nails resemble those of a gardener. They are dirty and swollen. He is short-sighted, wearing bifocals to correct his vision. He is very plain. He works hard to the point of neglecting his appearance, and it is sadly unlikely that he has any female companion. He lives alone. Well, that's depressing. Way to rub it in.
Nursery. Seed house. Ventilation system. Dry tropics. Water lily greenhouse. Colonial collection.
That's our next stop.
Palm house. Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory. Ventilation system.
Have I seen everything? Normally when I search through everything, it leaves.
A map of Kew Gardens.
Yeah, there we go. It normally takes me out when I've found everything.
Reserve.
There we go. Now I found everything. Okay.
Locked.
Okay.
Locked. Locked. Nursery.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Keep snooping around. Okay. So I am here, near the nursery. Okay. So huge place.
Nursery. Locked.
Can't get to the nursery yet.
Seed house. Locked.
Wow. They weren't kidding when they said that, you know, there wasn't much activity. It's not open to the public on Sundays, so I guess that does make sense.
There is a smell of burning.
I smell burning. Oh, wow. Smell of burning. Why is there what's burning over there? What the heck? What's going on over here? Fireplace?
A broom handle was half burned.
Not the Nimbus 2000.
The remains of a picture frame.
Broken pot.
The symbol is not from Kew Gardens. The plants were set alight fairly recently. Some have not completely burned.
Oh, it's the handle for the door.
The door handle? Why would anyone throw such a thing in the fire? The door handle to the Colonial Collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material.
Huh, was he trying to hide fingerprints or something by burning it? I don't think that's how it works, right? Gas mask. Are you my mummy?
A protective mask.
Kudos to anyone who knows where that reference is from. Are you my mummy?
Someone set it alight, but it did not burn.
Symbol in the broken pot. Search archive. Symbol in the broken pot. Flower pot found in the backyard. The symbol is not from Kew Gardens. This glyph means divine, if I'm not mistaken. Stolen plants list. A list of exotic stolen plants exhibited at Kew Gardens. Those are all of the plants. I'm sure that will be important later, because the game would not have let us take it if it didn't have any significance. Video game logic. Thank you very much. And this takes me back to the... Oh, there's more stuff in here that I missed.
Dry tropics.
What should we do next?
Oh. There's more stuff in here. This place is huge.
Dry tropics.
We get so lost in this place.
Water lily greenhouse.
Right, this is the water lily greenhouse. Okay. And I've already seen this.
According to...
Right, and this takes me back here. Alright, now I know. Yeah, because I was like...
Very strange. Half of the colonial collection is absent.
Huh.
The smell is strong. It is a detergent.
Somebody was cleaning something here?
These windows were perfectly cleaned.
Stone chip. From the pot, maybe?
This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow.
So he staggered in because somebody hit him with the
A
head.
fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture.
That's what maybe fell.
Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned.
But why? Examine the collection.
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
Huh. Interesting. Alright, there's nothing else in here. So this is where he came from. Did something fall in his head from here? And then he ended up coming out this way and died here? I don't know. There's still a lot.
These trees, with their roots in water, must originate from Louisiana.
Ah, yes, the bayou. I remember our...
Visit from the Case of the Awakened. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just trying to open the door, not cut you off.
According to this, they have light and...
What do I have in my deductions? Dunn was trapped. Montague Dunn was trapped in the Colonial Collection Room. He forced the door and died in the Water Lily greenhouse. Someone cleaned and emptied out the part of the Colonial Collection. This is suspicious. Perhaps it was intended to conceal certain evidence. Perform autopsy. Perform an autopsy of Montague Dunn. The death is suspicious. Why had he forced the door of the Colonial Collection Room? Why had someone cleaned and emptied the room? Was it a trap or a simple accident? Alright, so we've got another lead. We have to go perform an autopsy at Scotland Yard. Are there any other clues here before I leave and go to Scotland Yard? Nothing here. Map of the Kew Gardens. What's in here?
A water tank.
Okay.
A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings.
Okay. Find the stolen plants. Perform an autopsy of Montague... what's his name? Montague Dunn.
Locked. Seed house.
Alright. I don't think there's anything left here, Watson. So let's go and see what we can do with this lead that we have. Yeah, I can't get into the seed house.
Net. Locked.
Right, I can't go that way either. That's alright, I'm sure those doors will open for me eventually as we go through this story. Mwahaha. Alright, let's head out. Wherever the exit is.
Locked.
No, 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 no. Watson! Watson, I need to get out. Watson!
Locked.
Alright. Here's the way out, I think. Scotland Yard. Let's do this.
I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy then.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and do that in the next episode, because I think we're sort of
Locked.
running low on time here. So, but anyway, yeah. So thank you guys very much for watching this episode of Let's Play Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. We'll go ahead and examine this body at the beginning of the next episode. So until then, love yourselves, love each other.